frequent speaker in mainstream media at all events on both topics. The pro-democracy movement in 1989 prompted her to become a journalist. Rose worked for news organizations such as CNN and the Australian Broadcasting Corporation in China, Hong Kong, and Australia for 12 years. She was named the best local journalist by the Society of Publishers in Asia and taught journalism at Princeton University. She specializes in watercolor, oil paintings, and drawings. Rose Tang. Rose Tang.
Do I look very different apart from the hair? I guess I look
Up
much
close
older.
to the mic.
Okay.
Really close.
Really on.
When I look at that little girl, I really don't feel that's me. And if you notice, Mike Chenoy mentioned only my first name because I asked him not to mention my surname. He did the interview in 1999. I had known I had been interviewed by CNN, but for 10 years I did not look for that footage. And I did not want to remember, I did not want to feel. But by coincidence, I was sitting next to him on a ferry from Hong Kong to Macau, being invited by the Portuguese governor for a press conference before the Macau handover back to China in 1999. So I asked Mike if there's any way I could find that footage, and he found it. And he did that interview in Hong Kong. So that's one of life's miracles. So I asked him not to mention my surname for the concern, not for my safety, because I was already safe by then. I was already in Hong Kong, being an Australian citizen. My concern was for my parents and my sister. My parents were persecuted for more than 10 years in the Cultural Revolution. For the very thing we're fighting against, and we were fighting against, are fighting for, and fighting for back then in 1989 and now in 2014. My father was jailed for his criticism of Mao and the Cultural Revolution in his personal diaries and for editing a student's journal. That warranted him thought crimes that put him in jail even before I was born. So I had to ensure their safety. And for 25 years, even though I was working for a reporter, I was writing other people's stories. I did not give myself a voice. I did not want to talk about June 4th, Tiananmen massacre. And I suppressed the feelings and the memories for the safety of them because I thought they're literally held hostage by the Chinese Communist Party. Even though I'm a free person now, I'm an American citizen as well, in the free or relatively freer world, I chose not to speak up because of them. Until last year, and I realized it's very urgent now. When violence becomes a daily staple in the Chinese society, in the streets, and my 7-year-old daughter could not understand what was going on. And she was asking the simplest questions, why people are so rude and so violent. And I realized, and the government was putting out these lies all the time as inciting violence and making people more violent. And I realized it's not just the Chinese Communist government, it's the whole Chinese society for thousands of years. And it's like a poison in our blood, in our genes. And when the Chinese government last summer, they started to put away, arrest people, the big Vs, the most active bloggers. The big V means verified accounts, and accusing them of spreading rumors, criminally arresting, detaining them for saying a few words, writing a few words on the internet. And I decided I had to say something, I had to do something. And I had to do something for those who died